A closer look at raising reptiles, desserts with a personal touch, and a gallery of true treasures. All that and more coming right up, and I hope you'll stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome to the show, and we're very glad you're there. And today we're going to hear from Tommy Rerex about his colony of reptiles. And also Judi Freeman is here with the sweets that you can just be hungry for all the time. Beautiful creativity in the kitchen. And we have more, but right now let's take a look at some consumer news across the nation. First, here's a look at how some arts and crafts can make a child feel much calmer and more relaxed.
If you're picturing ways to help your children brush up on their problem-solving skills, you may want to try arts and crafts. Studies suggest children who regularly express themselves artistically tend to think more clearly and quickly than those who don't. That may be because arts and crafts provide a creative outlet by which children can channel pent-up energy, and that can help them feel more calm and relaxed, making it easier to think clearly. Or perhaps it's because arts and crafts require children to use their imaginations. That can translate into them taking creative approaches to solving everyday problems later in life. The best way to encourage your youngsters to take crayon to paper may be to do it yourself. Try coloring, painting, or making clay sculptures with your children. Encourage them to have fun with art projects and complement their creativity. It may help shape them into confident, thoughtful adults.
The National MS Society has some artistic treasures on its website, and in this report we find out how to see that and find out what it's all about.
You don't need to travel to Paris or Rome to view artistic treasures. A virtual gallery is just a mouse click away at the National MS Society's website. There you'll find an exhibit of artwork called MS Through the Eyes of a Child. It's by children ages 5 to 18 whose families are affected by multiple sclerosis, a chronic disease of the central nervous system. Since 1996, the exhibit has warmed the hearts of millions while educating them about MS. The National MS Society's website is considered the Internet's premier source of information about multiple sclerosis. It features informational publications, research and treatment news, breaking news about MS and disability issues, and information on National Multiple Sclerosis Society programs. For more information or to see the exhibit, visit nationalmssociety.org or call 1-800-FIGHT-MS to find the chapter nearest you.
Motel 6 is offering an interesting contest to point up a certain anniversary, and in this report you'll find out what the details are and if you might want to participate.
To celebrate its 40th anniversary, a leading motel chain has gone whole hog, offering a contest with a grand prize of a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Named for its original asking price of $6 a night, Motel 6 has grown into a chain of more than 800 locations throughout the U.S. and around Toronto. Visitors enjoy such guest amenities as free morning coffee, free local calls, and more. The American Classic Getaway Contest will give Motel 6 customers a chance to win prizes, including one of 3 Harley-Davidson Road King Classics and 10 weekend getaways. The company continues to offer clean, comfortable rooms for the lowest price of any national chain. So, just about anywhere you go, you can get a great night's sleep while saving money. To learn more or to make a reservation, call 1-800-4MOTEL-6 or visit www.motel6.com.
Welcome back. My first guest breeds reptiles. His name is Tommy Rerex, and he's here to acquaint us with the critters that he's brought along. for his hobby that turned into a small business.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, you just started out as a hobby, but now on the weekends you have a full daytime job, right?
Well, yes, ma'am. It's through the week, and some weekends we travel, go to some reptile shows around the South, Florida, Georgia.
Oh, well, before we get into details and show some of these interesting critters you brought, I did not know that they had trade shows like that in most states.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's quite, is it more or less a hobby and a business?
There's big business, a lot of big business. Yes, ma'am. There's some major corporations.
It's
in this
lucrative.
country. Oh, yes, it's very lucrative. I have friends that make a lot of money in this business.
For heaven's sake, how did you get so interested in reptiles?
Well, it started.
And was that at a young age?
Yes, ma'am. It started as a small child. I was raised in Crichton along 3 Mile Creek. It's where I lived, and we would spend a lot of days catching snakes, turtles, lizards on 3 Mile Creek, and bringing them home and having to take them back when our parents found them.
Well, you always felt some sort of an affinity
Yes,
with them,
ma'am.
obviously.
Yeah, always anything that was a little bit different, a little bit interesting, I always took a little bit more.
My. Well, I'm just delighted that you came. Now, you want to start with this
Yes, ma'am.
cage
These
here?
are some scorpions, a little small collection of scorpions. Most of these are harmless. There are 2 in here that can be give a person a little trouble. They're usually asleep at this time, so I'm going to have to stir them up using this hook so you can see them a little bit better. They should be at home asleep right now. So, and some of these are real placid, like that one. It doesn't really move a lot. And this one here, it's a little bit more fiery. It doesn't like to be poked or prodded at all. And then we have this one here that actually hisses when someone messes with it. He'll make a small noise.
Is that right?
Right.
I always thought scorpions were poisonous.
Well, there's a couple here that are.
Oh, really?
Some that if you were in the desert and dehydrated and not in very good health and they were to sting you, they could cause you some problems. But here, a normal, healthy person shouldn't have any trouble.
Interesting stuff. Okay, these leopards.
Yes, ma'am. Leopard geckos. These are the #1 reptile pet in the world over the past 20 or 30 years because they're so easy to keep. They're small. You can keep 3 in a tank this size, no problem. And up until the past year or so, when these guys started to get a little more popular, they have been the #1 reptile pet in the world.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a male and a female.
Right, a male and a
couple.
female.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have sand in the bottom there.
Yeah, they live on basically playground sand.
Do all of them eat more or less the same type food?
Well, some are strictly vegetarians. They only eat, vegetables. Then we have some that are omnivores. They'll eat more vegetable and animal matter. And then you have some that are carnivores that only eat animals.
Well, now this fella up front is most interesting.
That's Spencer. He's a bearded dragon from Australia. Pagona vicipitus is his Latin name. And he has become, over the past year, one of the top reptiles to keep as a pet in the world. He's starting to take over these because they're a little bit more personable, have more personality.
But they're much larger.
Oh yeah, he's a little bit bigger. He's a good sized animal, so
Yeah.
he's a nice one though. He doesn't bite.
He
He's just
seems to be very friendly.
oh
I've
yeah,
been
he is.
watching him.
He loves attention. He'll spend all day in this leash on my shoulder, riding in the car.
You have him on a leash,
Yes,
more or
ma'am.
less. Okay, tell me about this guy.
That is Rocky. He is a Eurymastix from Morocco. It's the most heat-loving lizard on the planet. He can withstand temperatures up to 145 degrees. When everything else is running for cover, he's coming out to get a suntan.
Oh, he has a ridged tail.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now this is a beautiful
This is D.
chameleon?
He is a panther chameleon from Madagascar.
Oh, he's so pretty.
He's a big ham also. He likes a lot of attention. He's harmless. Anything with a mouth can bite, but most of these are pets, do not bite, make great pets.
Tell me about chameleons. I've always thought that they changed color like to protect themselves with the environment they're in. Is that right?
Well, that somewhat, but usually it's their emotions. If they see another male chameleon, which I'll show you with this one here, if he sees that lizard, they're a little cool now. They may not do it. he will get a little agitated with him and may change colors, blow itself up to make him look a little tougher and bigger. But I don't know if he's even looking at him right now.
Oh, but he is just beautiful.
He is.
Yes,
really,
he certainly is very colorful.
This is actually a very expensive lizard.
How long does it take for, I mean, you have to take the eggs as they lay the eggs, and you have to more or less, I would say, mother those eggs.
Yes, ma'am.
Before they come out as...
Right. We take them out just as soon as we can, as soon as they lay them. We incubate them. Takes about 2 months average.
2 months?
Yes, ma'am. We have to keep them moist.
You have some tortoises here.
Yes, ma'am.
Were interesting.
Those are sulcata tortoises. They're the second largest tortoise on the planet.
Oh?
When they get grown, they'll be the size of a small coffee table.
Do you have a favorite among all of these?
The bearded dragons are my favorite. Actually, this one's father, who's at home, he's a little bit older, so he doesn't make the trips with us anymore, is probably my best friend.
Well, he is something, I tell you.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to pop a telephone number up for you where you can talk to Tommy and find out more about this Dragon Ranch he runs here on the weekends. And you've been at this for years, huh?
I've been doing it all my life, but I really got deeply involved with it about 5 years ago.
For goodness sake. Well, I think it's most intriguing. You say you actually go to Florida, Louisiana, and to Birmingham, Alabama?
Yes, ma'am. Birmingham, Alabama is the longest-running reptile show in the South. It goes on every month. A lot of breeders and collectors come through there. Very big popular thing.
I find that some of them seem to be a little more friendly,
yes,
or they look at you differently than others.
Yeah, some of these are a little, I've had since like this one since he was about 3 weeks old, and he has been hand raised. Me and my daughter Tara, she would handle him, and just a big pet.
Well, Tommy, thanks so much for coming and sharing all this with us, and goodbye, little fella. He really is beautiful. Okay, give Tommy a call if you're interested in reptiles, and we'll be back after this minute. Never had it so good, for desserts that is, and a point up for Thanksgiving later in the show, and we're talking with Judi Freeman, who is head of Cakes by Judi.
How are
Welcome.
you? Thank you.
Always good to see you.
Now look, we've got the reptiles, we've got the turkeys. We're in business today, aren't we?
We though?
We're in business.
Well, now you have a chocolate turkey.
Well, this is a butter cake. This one right over here is totally decorated. And I thought, you know, we were talking earlier about the children and getting them involved in arts and crafts. Well, why not let this be your arts and crafts? If you'll hand me that pan right there, I'll show them how
this is a turkey pan.
This is how this turkey started. The turkey that is totally decorated started in a pan just like this. You can buy this pan just at almost any dime store. Are there dime stores still? No more dime stores. Dollar stores? Anyhow, your turkey cake will start in a pan just like this, and of course there's all different kind of pans.
For heaven's sake.
But for Thanksgiving, I brought this pan. We cooked our favorite butter cake recipe in it, and then we made all these different colored bags. The kids would love this.
Yes, they would.
Love, my grandchildren love this. What I did was I went around the edge of the cake with just an up and down motion to separate my turkey from the board that it's on. And then I took just a little bag of fudge icing and I outlined all the details I wanted to kind of pop out on the... See, if you didn't have these little dark lines, all your colors would kind of blend in and you would be real sure what that was.
Yeah, you need a little separating item there.
And so Mom could do this, and she could do her outlines.
And then they could do the color.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and would love it. I put a dark turkey head on this turkey, but see, you can do your own thing, and so you could take this bag and just fill in his head any color you wanted to. I did a little chocolate. That way chocolate lovers could have a little cake, and
Yeah.
people that don't like chocolate would have a little
So
cake.
you just squeeze a little bit at a time.
A
I
little bit at
notice.
a time. I
Yeah.
keep my bag tight, keep my finger wrapped right there,
Yeah.
or it will run back out here up your arm and wind up on your elbow. And you will just gently squeeze, stop, pull, squeeze, stop, pulls, and you're just doing little dots so that you don't see any cake, because you're sealing the cake up like that. All right, let's do a little bit of orange. Just say we wanted orange feathers down here. We'll mash our bag and we'll do a little back and forth movement like that. We've got an orange one. We might come up here and just make several orange ones. Now you see your grandchildren, your children can do this.
Yes, and you know, it's such an artistic thing to happen in the kitchen.
It
one of the
is.
few things.
And it's one way to let your children become involved in the food that they're going to eat. Teach them to be clean.
Yeah.
Teach them to respect the food, not play. You know, we didn't play with food when we were children.
That's
you know,
for sure. But
we
you know, and it's so decorative. They'd be so proud to have that as part of their Thanksgiving dinner.
Right, you could do it the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And put it out on your buffet.
Is that a German chocolate cake?
No, we're going to do German chocolate.
Oh,
I'm
are
gonna
you?
give
Well,
you the
what is
recipe.
that, just a
This is
chocolate
just
cake?
No, this is a butter cake.
A
in
butter
here.
cake?
Right, this
Okay.
is chocolate icing out here. And these, of course, are all just buttercream icing. And look how bright that makes that.
Yeah.
See how pretty? Your children could choose the colors. I brought some.
Now, we have about 2 minutes here,
okay.
Judy.
You know what? I wanted to give them my favorite German chocolate recipe. Remember?
Okay.
Remember?
You've got a couple of minutes.
All right. This recipe right here is the old-timey German chocolate. You know, you stand and stir it for 12 minutes.
Oh.
If you have a pencil and piece of paper, or how about if I put this on my website and let them call my website up, pull my
Well,
website
you could
up.
do that if you'd like.
Okay, it's just cakesbyjudy.com, and it'll be on my website. How about that?
Okay.
We cook this for 12 minutes. We stand and stir it for 12 minutes, and once it's cooked, we will put it in our refrigerator, and then it will look like that. And if you'll hand me that German chocolate cake right there, I
one?
will work on it.
Oh, now this is chocolate.
Right, it is. If you'll pull that one over, that's the way it will look when you're done with it.
With 3 cherries on the top.
What I have done is I've wrapped my favorite chocolate cake in this so it would make the trip and not dry out. Going to put one upside down on my very favorite cake plate. Then I would put some of this German chocolate goodies, some of this goodie stuff right in the middle, just like that.
Oh, boy.
Just like this. And then I would put this next one on it. Now you all have a dessert for Thanksgiving for your children and for you.
For the adults,
For the adults.
yeah.
German chocolate, of course, has coconut and pecans in it. So, you know, I know some people don't care for coconut and some people can't eat pecans, but those of us that can,
But some people
love it.
can.
Right. Then, after we sandwich our 2 layers together, we would take our very favorite chocolate icing, ice this totally, and put this on top.
And it comes out like this.
That's our results.
Oh, that's a great idea. Well, you know, German chocolate, I know, is by choice because of what you just said.
Right.
Because there are
Right.
people that can't always eat everything.
But it is Thanksgiving.
But it is one rich tasting cake.
It is.
Okay, if you'd like to talk to Judy and maybe get the recipe, if you didn't get the website, just give her a call at this number and she'll be back and see us again soon. And she also has her own show on Comcast Cable.
Right.
And how long have you had that?
2 years. We've been on 2 years now.
Have you?
I have.
Oh, great. Okay, well, we'll see you later.
Thank you,
Thank you, Judy. Okay. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
1 year ago, he learned the truth.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And his first year at Hogwarts School became legend.
You know, when storms or hurricanes threaten, it's best really to make safety preparations very early in the game. And here are some helpful hints to keep you safe.
Knowing what to do when hurricanes strike can help you weather most any storm. Try these tips. Stay informed. Tune in news broadcasts and follow the instructions they give. If you need to evacuate, notify an out-of-area friend or relative of your evacuation plan and be sure to secure your home before you leave it. That means turning off gas, water, and electricity to your house, boarding windows if you have time, and locking all doors. It's also a good idea to put gas in your vehicle as soon as you hear news of a hurricane coming and to check on any friends or neighbors who have special needs. Finally, prepare a disaster supply kit. It should include a can opener and 3-day supply of non-perishable food, a battery-operated radio and flashlight, extra prescription medicine, and extra batteries. The kit can help keep you and your family safe.
Well, you know, the Harry Potter movies just seem to take the country by storm. And here we have a peek preview of Warner Brothers' Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
One year ago, he learned the truth.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And his first year at Hogwarts School became legend. And so, for Harry Potter and his friends, another year begins.
Bloody bird's a menace.
Their education in the magical arts continues.
Pixies.
Laugh if you will, Mr. Finnegan. See what you make of them. No!
Old rivalries grow stronger.
Slytherin's got a new seeker.
Malfoy.
You never catch me, Potter!
And something in the school's dark past will be awakened.
The Chamber of Secrets has indeed been opened.
Unless the culprit is caught, it is likely the school will be closed.
Harry Potter must go home.
Oh dear, we are in trouble.
Here's the plan. You disguise yourselves as Crabbe and Goyle.
Are we going to drink that?
Yes.
Harry?
Ron. Excellent.
On November 15th, Warner Brothers Pictures presents
How dare you steal that car?
the next chapter of Harry Potter, where the past will return and the struggle for the future of Hogwarts will begin. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Harry Potter rides again. That's our show. Thank you for joining us. We